Is this the New York Assemblyman? Yep. Yeah, let's play this. This is guy who was on Fox News, New York State Assemblyman. Just to give you an idea that they're it's a mix in New York. It's a blue state, but there's still a couple of guys, still a couple of holdouts. This guy, where is he from? Upstate? I'm not sure exactly where he's from, but Kieran Lalor is his name, and here he is.
And there are some bad people, there are some racist people, but on balance, we're not a racist country, we're not an unjust country. Colin Kaepernick, who also started this thing, and a lot of the blame has to be at his feet.
Pause it for wait. No. He's talking about how we are not a racist country. There are some racist people. We're not a racist country. But that black guy who refused to, who did a silent protest about the national anthem, he is responsible for a lot of this.
My dad served Moulin all sorts of, grinders and other sandwiches at the restaurant. But then when he tried to date my sister, it was a whole other conversation. But that's not racism.
Started this thing, and a lot of the blame has to be at his feet. He also said this is an unjust country for people of color. Well, you know what the number one issue in this country is? It's immigration. And largely that's people of color who want to come into this country because it is such a great country. So I don't buy the foundation of this whole protest. Are there problems? Can we discuss them? Absolutely. But the way they've gone about it and their lack of really a conversation, a back and forth, let's find some common ground, let's find some solutions, totally absent.
Right. And you hit on something good there, I think. It's the...
Pause it for 1 second. You know, like how America has been so open to this, find a common ground, let's set some solutions. We're just going to, like, why didn't Colin Kaepernick just, like, sort of write a letter to his congressman or something like that?
He's not blowing up buildings.
He's kneeling. Like he's blowing up. He's
to start a conversation.
He's blowing up the spirit of America. Go ahead.
And you hit on something good there, I think. We're not able to hear each other. We're not able to have these conversations because of the way it's transpired over the course of the last 2 years. And it's been a long time with no end in sight.
You're right. You know, one of the problems is why it's hard to have a conversation. There's nothing worse than being called a racist. There's nothing worse for your career, nothing worse for you as a person. And a lot of people don't want to speak up because they're going to be accused of being a racist. And that squelches all kinds of conversation, all kinds of dialogue, and you're never going to get a solution without dialogue.
Real quick,
Yeah, the part of the problem with calling people racist or saying racist things is that it harms your ability to talk about racist stuff.
You know, I saw this little pencil neck prick who was always going on about atheism the other day on YouTube. He said the same thing.
This guy's from Hopewell Junction, which is about an hour and 15 minutes north of New York City.
We were trying to do a town hall meeting.
Republican state assemblyman. This is, when you get like in that, I don't know if that's Putnam County, there's.
And I said, if you people would get off of your dead asses, put down your drug pipes, and have a little bit of initiative, maybe this country would be a decent place to live in again. All of a sudden, these moolies thought, oh, that's racist. The whole conversation fell apart.
It's not just being called racist that is so bad, because like we on the Bernie bro contingent have been called racist before, and that doesn't actually stop the conversation. That you just have that conversation.
Right.
The missing ingredient.
Like, well, you are wrong about that. The missing ingredient being
you're being racist, and you're actually being racist.
I was on a panel once where I made a similar point, and it was during the primary, and this Republican was just like, that's amazing to hear from a leftist. And I said, oh, the difference is you are. Yeah. Let me be clear about it. Like, you totally are.